Hello, everyone. This is Demia Avery with What You Doing Wilmington in partnership with ConnectCapeFear.com. And this podcast is brought to you by Connect Cape Fear. You can find them on their website. You can find this podcast on the website, on YouTube, anywhere that you can listen to your favorite podcast, including What You Do in Wilmington. Now, today we have a very, very special guest. I'm so excited to have her. I just love her. I love her energy. I love her personality. I'm so glad she could be here with us today. Welcome, Zoe Mathews from Code Ninjas. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for that very warm introduction.
Oh,
the love is mutual.
Oh, thank you. So the first thing that we want to talk about, of course, is we want to know more about Code Ninjas. Now, you know, I love the name Code Ninjas. So you can tell us first what Code Ninjas is and how you came up with the name.
Sure. Well, I can't take credit for the name, but I can take credit for becoming aware of a new franchise that had opened up back in 2017 out of Texas. And Code Ninjas comes from the curriculum that they developed to teach kids how to code by building video games. And they use their branding as all around ninjas, and they use the belt system similar to martial arts, where the kids progress through their concepts from white belt to black belt.
Awesome. Now, what type of services or programs that you have at Code Ninjas?
Sure. So our core year-round program is called Create, and the kids ages 7 to 14 learn computer programming languages. They start with block-based programming, and then they move into JavaScript, Lua, and C#. And what they do is, as they progress, as I said earlier, in the belt system, they're rewarded. And it's really beautiful because, as we know, kids' attention spans can be kind of short and getting shorter. And so they did a very good job of breaking down the concepts as small as possible to have that reward system in place to keep the kids engaged. So our year-round program is called Create, and then we also offer a variety of STEM camps, which is really fun because there is so much more to game building and coding than just your standard, perceived notions of coding. We're going to build websites. Yes, that's one of the things you can do with coding. Okay. Or, did you know that you can make music with code? We have a music camp for code. Or did you know that coding is used for YouTubers, which has become a very popular profession for the kids of our generation and the generations to come. And so they have the Become a YouTuber camp. And then we also have a camp called Modding with Minecraft, because Minecraft is, as you know, extremely popular with kids these days. And they did a good job of developing curriculum that teaches the kids how to go in and build their own mods and their own agents and their own environments within the game, and then incorporate those into their own worlds and then play those games. So instead of just sitting at home and playing something that's already been created for them, we put the ownership on them, they create it, and then they play it. So kind of shifting the mindset slightly from all consumer to, let's create and produce something 70% of the time, and then let's consume and play 30% of the time.
Now, I love that. Now, you mentioned the age. Are there different age groups that you deal with, or?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we do have a handful of juniors. My junior program is currently full, and we're not taking on any juniors at the moment. Okay. But there is a program that teaches visual coding, so visual programming, and that just takes all of the fundamental concepts, it breaks it down into pictures for people that can't read. Currently, we're enrolling in Create, which is for ages 7 to 14, and they do need to be able to read unassisted. Once they are in the program, their curriculum is tailored to them, and it's self-paced to them. So everyone goes through the same program, but they all start at the same place. Therefore, then they can move on based on their own learning style and speed.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that about how they can learn on their, within their own pace. Now, do you find that when kids come in, they have, kids have different personalities anyway, but do you find that they come in, some of them are real shy and things like that?
Oh,
do
yeah.
you find them? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are correct. Well, of course, we see every personality is represented, but typically we do get a fair amount of kids that are, I would say, are on the initially quieter or shy side for programming. But then you will be very surprised to learn that they very quickly come out of their shells and turn into little leaders. I've had some kids that come in and had never done anything out of the house and were even nervous to come to Code Ninjas, but had the interest and have been there for now more than a year and are helping the younger kids and who are just bebopping in the front door like they own the place. And, and, I hear from the parents that they've really gives them a chance to be proud of something and to be proud of themselves. And it's been great to watch that happen for several of the kids. I
love that because it's just like when you first go to school, when you first start school, you're used to just being around mom and dad or just the people that your circle. And then once you get to something new, then it's just a whole learning curve, but it's also a behavioral curve thing. So I love that you do that. If you could tell me about a time, if you can pick out one thing in your head about a time that maybe it was a child or older child that came in and maybe started out real shy and became this leader. Do you have someone like that?
I do have a specific person in mind, but I wouldn't want to give a name, of course, because that might not necessarily be okay with the child's parents or the child. But there are more than one. I would say it's more often than not that once they come to Code Ninjas, if they discover that this is in fact an interest that they, that their intuition was correct, that this is something that they really are excited about, that they have not only an interest in it, but that, that they find it very absorbing, like they can lose themselves in it, right? And we're all looking for that in our own ways, right? So when they do find that, if it is Code Ninjas, then those are the kids that I've seen really grow quickly and really turn into leaders and really start to ask questions about what this can be, what this can mean for them in the future, and start asking about what kind of, can I be a code sensei one day, and can I work here when I get older?
That is so cool.
And then I'm writing the names down. I'm like, yes, you can, and yes, you can. And the parents love it too, because they're like, hey, at what age can they be volunteers, and then when can they start? So, as I imagine, let's do this again in 10 years, and I guarantee you that more than half my staff will be previous Code Ninjas students.
Now, why was it so important to you to have Code Ninjas?
That's an excellent question. So, like I said, when I came across Code Ninjas, I was actually having a lunch with someone that I was working with at Red Hat in Raleigh. And she was getting ready to open a Code Ninjas, and I had never heard of it. And when she explained to me what it was and why she was doing it, something just came over me, and I just couldn't even believe that, one, that didn't exist yet. Right. And I just thought, well, here I have two children at the time in fourth and fifth grade who were starting to explore with Scratch, which is block-based programming developed by MIT, which is free, which everybody should be exploring with, Scratch. And they were building games and playing games. They were also playing around with stop-motion animation, and Lego had really started to come out with some new things around robotics and coding and Legos, which we also offer, Lego robotics camps. And I started looking around like all us parents do. Our kids start showing an interest in elementary school, and we were trying to expose them to things to figure out which of the 500 interests that they have that they're going to stick with or that they want to explore. And I couldn't find anything. And then at that same time, I had heard of Code Ninjas, and I just thought, wow, well, not only are we, as an entrepreneur and someone who's spent almost 20 years in business development, of course, I see that as an opportunity from a business perspective, but then I also see it as an opportunity to connect myself, my family, and my children to the community, and to bring the community something that is going to benefit them, not only for the kids that aren't necessarily sports-minded and don't have a great representation of activities after school, but that they're going to need. It's got a tremendous amount of transferable skills, soft skills as well, confidence building, communication skills, teamwork, critical thinking.
See, that's important to me.
And those are important. So, you put all of that together, and then, it took about 5 years and a plan, and here we are.
I think that's amazing. And I know, a couple things I wanted to make sure that I mentioned. I wanted to let everybody know more about your camps. If you could tell us a little more about your camps, that would be great.
Sure. So each year, this is our second year of camps, we pick a certain amount of camps to explore with the community and see if there's an interest. And then from there, we take those and decide if there'll be a reoccurring camp. So this year, that's what we've done. We took the most popular camps from last year and then some new camps, and we're bringing them to the Wilmington Code Ninjas. We're doing 8 different unique STEM camps, modding with Minecraft, intro to ROBLOX development, Lego robotics, Python engineers, which Python and JavaScript are 2 of the most commonly accepted and programming languages in the world. Okay. So good things to know. Yeah. And then again, we have the music camp where they are literally learning how to use code to make music and build beats. It's for my future DJs.
I love that. I wish you had had
for my future DJs. And anyway, I'm not going to say her name, all 8 camps, but you should check out our new app. That's the most important new addition, I think, for the community to know about. Okay. Code Ninjas just released a new app. You can download it from the Apple App Store or Google Play. And then our studio code for the Code Ninjas Wilmington location is CNILM, which obviously stands for Code Ninjas Wilmington. So CNILM. And there you'll be able to see the Create program. You can enroll in it. You can see when the sessions are available. You'll be able to see all 8 STEM camps, the weeks they're available, all the pricing. You can connect with us on social media. You should definitely follow us on Facebook and Instagram, because that's where we do all of our center activity pictures and updates.
Love it. Now, I have a question that I know most of the parents are going to want to know about. Parents' Night Out?
Oh, Parents' Night Out. So we did Explore with Parents' Night Out, and we are bringing it back. Mm-hmm. So last year, what we did was we did it every Friday night. And what we found was that was good. Some parents loved it, but then, and from a staffing perspective, business owners had on. From a staffing perspective, it was a little bit harder because, it's the staff would be there whether or not there was a full house or not. Right. And so what I decided to do to keep it more efficient for my staff was to release a theme and do it once a month and make it kind of a more of a event.
Hey, once a month, that's cool, right?
Friday nights from 6 to 9, and we'll have dinner, and they'll play games, and that's more of a celebratory program than it is a coding program. The kids do love to learn and build in Minecraft. They love to learn and build in ROBLOX. They love to learn and build in Tinkercad, learn how to design, so that Tinkercad's the program for 3D printing. Okay. But we have several
stuff like a 5-year-old.
So through the Create program, they'll get the coding, but we also have I call them Create Specials, because as we know, children, keeping them engaged is the challenge, So we are always mixing it up.
Love it. Now, we talked about camps, Parents Night Out, STEM. We talked about all the different programs that you have. Mm-hmm. Now I would love to ask you a little bit about yourself.
She's getting personal.
I know. That's my thing. That's my thing. Because listen, this is why I say that, because especially when it comes to children, a lot of the times, we drop our children off to different places, to school, to programs, and it would be helpful just for us to know a little bit about the people that we're leaving them with.
Of course, yes.
So, without getting too much in her business, but if you could just tell a little bit about Zoe. Who is Zoe?
Who is Zoe? The question. Yes, well, Zoe has had 46 years to answer this question, so hopefully she can answer it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She's working on it. No, Zoe is Zoe's a wife, Zoe's a daughter, Zoe's a mom, Zoe's a sister, Zoe's an aunt, Zoe's a business owner. She is many things. Zoe has always worked with kids. So my jobs, as I was going through school, I waited tables and bartended like a lot of people did, right?
Wow, yeah.
But I also was a camp counselor for YMCA. I was a cheerleading coach and instructor. I was a gymnastics coach. I was a summer camp director.
I'm learning a lot about you, Zoe. Okay.
I used to babysit to make money, and also because I love kids, obviously. So my younger sister actually was born when I was in between 5th and 6th grade. So she's 13 years younger than me. And I just was like, forget the Barbies. And this baby sister that I got to take care of and love to death. Hi, Christina. And, but yeah, so I've spent a lot of time with kids. I like working with them. I've had some experience also with neurodiversity and working and doing gymnastics with children with special needs. And I just think that it's a really difficult but beautiful environment to put yourself into. And I figured out at a really young age that I was good at it. And so, like most people, you kind of lean into the things that you feel like you can shine with. And so it was part of why I wanted to circle back to Code Ninjas, if you will, from my more corporate career, but because I've always been kind of, on the film and TV production and the experiential side of marketing. And so to be able to now bring back all my years of experience working with kids and kind of tie everything together has been
yeah. But you know what? All those things, all those different jobs, all those, the corporate, the entertainment, all the different things that we don't realize that when it comes together, that makes up who you are now.
Yeah.
And why you are there for Code Ninjas, why you're passionate about that. You know what I mean? So we want someone that's passionate about that. And I think that's special about you.
Thank you.
So we're going to get off her because I'm all day talking.
She's trying to get the tears flowing now. She's like, okay, which last button can I push till she starts crying?
So, and tell everybody how, if they're interested in Code Ninjas, you mentioned it a little bit before, but go ahead and tell us your websites and social media.
I actually think, go straight to the app. I think, just obviously future-minded apps and social media are definitely our biggest assets for marketing and communication. For Code Ninjas, I put up a tremendous amount of pictures of the activities at the center because as a parent myself, when I'm going to enroll my children, now teenagers, in their activities, I certainly love to go to the social media pages so I can see what it looks like to be there and kind of get a sense of the vibe and the culture that's being supported and communicated through those pictures. And then also the app, because everything you need is right there, right? You can get your enrollment, your scheduling, your pricing, your descriptions. I've put up videos of the camps. It's all there. So go to your Google Play or the Apple App Store, download the new Code Ninjas app. And then again, our studio code is CNILM. And you can always call me, 910-899-3986. I'm really fast on text, less fast on phone call, but definitely within 24 to 48 hours. But again, utilize that app, text me, and definitely follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Code Ninjas Wilmington.
Awesome. And what I'm going to do, you all, I'm going to make sure that I have all the information that she just stated. I'm going to have it in the information section and links to where you can go to get it on, to download those apps. So we'll
Wonderful.
make sure that everyone has
I appreciate
that.
it.
No problem. So that is all that we have today. We certainly thank Zoe Mathews for coming in today. I just love her. I love what she's doing in the community. It's a great thing, you guys. So make sure you follow her. Make sure you download that app, and we're going to see you later.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.